There is one thing you absolutely need to give up when you're walking in the supernatural, and that is the expectation that your routine will work out. Or maybe I should phrase this in a different way. People adapt to a routine, just like most people in society do. And after a while, they think the routine is just how the way life is. That is nature. It becomes like second nature onto them. Now, when a routine becomes a second nature onto you, look, in some jobs it can be a blessing, all right? But overall, when a routine becomes like a second nature for you and it's out of context, it's bondage. For example, if you're used to only go to your work and then go home, to and fro, you never once in a while go to another city just like that, do anything spontaneously. How do you expect blessings to come your way? How do you expect to gain victory while you remain in a routine of bondage? But so many people are attached to that routine. They can't live without it. Anything that disturbs that routine, they freak out. Even if it, let me say, even if the disruption of that routine saved their life. Some of you were about to get a burnout. Some of you were about to collapse, go to work. But because you lost that job, that burnout did not happen and you're healthy now. But you're so upset of losing that job. You're so upset because the boss believed lies about you and fired you. Yes, the boss believed lies about you and fired you. You know what? That's a good sign for you that that boss is not someone you can rely upon. So that's also a good reason that you don't have that job anymore. But even if the boss chose to believe lies about you, nevertheless, because he has his issues against you, listen, I don't care how unfair it was, you are healthy. You are operating and functioning well now. You're far better off without that job, but you couldn't see it back then. Back then, you were so attached to the security of that routine, and that false security was killing you. So yes, unfair things happened, but you are still alive. Now look, I'm not approving the lives of those people, neither am I approving the attitude of that boss. Okay, so I'm not going to say that, well, because it worked out well for you, what they did was right. No, I'm not saying that. Just look at the bigger picture. And that is what you need to do when you walk into supernatural. You need to look at the bigger picture. Okay, maybe you quit your studies for a while because you couldn't pay tuition fees anymore. Because you didn't have a job anymore, you couldn't loan anymore, and you were thinking, man, I worked for 2 years now, I want to go back and finish my studies. Maybe you did that, and you think, why did these 2 years have to go like this? But then one day, after you finish a class, you walk down the streets and you meet a guy, and that guy was in a class with you 3 years ago, and that guy has now started his own business. He gave you his business card. What's going on? 4 years ago, when you began to walk into the supernatural, you decreed blessings on your behalf. You spoke abundance into your circumstances. When you began to speak abundance into your circumstances, all the things that were not abundance began to disappear. Many so-called friendships also collapsed because those friendships were bondage onto you that kept you trapped. Because you operated in abundance, the things that were not abundance had to go. So that's why you went through all that crisis. And that guy over there that you met, soon after you finish your studies, will be the one introducing you to the business world, leading you to financial prosperity. He doesn't know it. What's going on? Your prayers are working out. Your degrees are working out. But you don't see it like that. You are only looking at the small picture. That's why I'm telling you, look at the bigger picture. When you follow Christ, all people that follow Christ ought to look at the bigger picture. So when things don't make sense around you, or you think, man, why is this happening, or why did this happen again? Oh, you operate in supernatural, so you deal with things supernaturally. people around you in the world who don't follow Christ, they either go to the paranormal to get some relief, or they just have to cope with stuff and deal with stuff. No, 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 not you. You walk by faith, you overcome supernaturally. That's why you encounter so much difficulty. There is no such thing as walking in the supernatural and having everything go at ease. If everything is at ease with you, around you, I mean, over an extended period of time, then something is wrong. When you walk into the supernatural, expect sudden disruptions here and there, but those disruptions are blessings in disguise. Well, that's it for now. Agree with Christ and be at peace.